Greetings, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. So I received a message. I was unaware of where the source of it was coming from. So I
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
what type
actually
of.
not the first time I contact somebody. um, yeah, you had answered. You
Mm,
you had responded to a post I put on Indeed about a job for. Was it?
it was for, I
Yeah,
believe,
for a
trucking.
job in De Pere.
Yeah, it was, I believe CDO labor is the first time I've heard of this type position. Am I referring to it correctly? The CDO laborer position.
Yeah, I'm looking at what this is. It's CDLA, and
Mhm.
be delivering trusses because they're slightly oversized. Right. That's something you're interested in looking into a little bit more?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'm currently seeking employment right now.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I was right smack in the middle of doing something, and if I don't finish it, I am likely to, gone. So, hang on just a second here.
Yep, no worries.
I just recently updated my phone, and as is probably everybody's luck, some of my numbers did not go. And that's not
Oh,
something you can have happen in a job like this. Like, no. We need that. Get that back here. So, yeah,
yeah, I know what you
yeah.
mean.
I am
Yeah.
actually, I need to be in touch with this person as well. So, uh, all right. I don't know about you, but I get very used to the pattern of things. Like this phone, it's very random. I'm just filling in space, but this phone, my new one,
Is
you cannot hold a letter down and get the other thing, like the punctuation or the whatever.
yeah,
You know
the
what I mean? You
accents.
have to actually switch your menu. And I got to tell you, it is kind of kicking my butt because I
Oh,
do not, I'm so used to just holding it down
yeah, you
that
get
I'm
those
still
options.
doing that
Uh-huh.
instead of hitting the other number.
Do
It's
you
just absolutely hammering me.
do you have an iPhone? Is it iPhone?
No, these are Samsungs.
Oh,
My last one allowed for
hmm.
that. And for some reason, the newer updated model, you would think it would allow you to do that. Oh no. No, it wants you to actually hit it and, move on about your business that way. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to wear me out. Okay. Okay, so Chance, speaking with, and I have got
Oh,
two
yeah, my
more
name's
pages.
Chance.
Oh, that's what that little fancy thing above it is. Chance. Okay. Let me get to the page where I have notes on you that I don't have yet. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's make sure I'm on the right one. Yep, that's you. Okay. Is your most current job still Jones Logistics?
No,
No.
I'm actually unemployed at the moment.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, but you did work there until March, correct?
yeah, I did
Okay.
for briefly,
Okay.
brief moment.
So was that your last job then?
Currently,
Or
yes.
does your resume need updated? Is there something you've been
So
doing since March? Or
yeah,
no?
for a few months I did. It's probably not populated on there. I think you picked up my Indeed resume. So I did a few months at a company. Um, what's this called here? Land Air.
Land Air.
Yeah.
LAND
So I was,
AIR?
and yes, and the thing is I was kind of reluctant. I don't mind putting them on there. I wouldn't mind, but I really don't believe they'll have, even not on my behalf. They won't speak very well of me probably. I'm just, given the way things transpired while I was there, the reason behind me quitting and all of that, I just really don't believe that it's even worth probably putting them on there. But if you're willing
Okay.
to, I
What
mean,
did you do there?
I was
Let's go
just
with that. What did you do there?
basically I was working. I was supposed to work Monday through Friday, which is like a yard spotter position, shuttling like between a paper mill and organizing a lot in a warehouse
Mm-hmm.
on a it's on an island, kind of like, and um, they just had some. There was one particular reason why they wanted me to switch over to the end of week shift. So I started doing that, which was only 2 days a week, with the option of a possible Monday through Friday, or Friday and Monday. So potential 2 to 4 days a week at $300 a day. So it's,
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. All right. I don't mind leaving it off. You just have to. I mean, I don't know how the people that I
it's
give
just
this to would know.
they were
So
so
I don't care.
unresponsive, and they really didn't, interpersonally related. They had no level of connecting with me communication wise, and I gave them the benefit of the doubt as much as I could. But when you get
Mm-hmm.
things with related to equipment, and you're doing the best you can with what they have, you can't treat me as if I own the company in a sense. Like, why is it you that always are having, they're pointing the fingers at me for situations that they should have already, worked out. You
Okay.
know,
All right. Well,
so
like I said, I don't mind leaving it off because I don't know that it even pertains to what you would be doing at this position.
besides
So
driving, no, besides
whatever.
my ability to safely and effectively drive a CDL class related vehicle, no, other than that, no.
Sean's hang on a second.
Sure.
My
What did you say your name was again?
blessed family.
Because I didn't get
I'm
it in the
sorry.
message.
Yeah, no, I may not have said it. It's Heather. Hi. Good
Okay.
morning.
Yeah, that's another reason
My
why
name
I
is
was
Heather.
surprised to get a message like that from, because I usually get an introduction and such.
Well, I've been a little off my game today, so
No,
sorry about
come
that.
on now. Is it raining where you are?
Is it raining? Is that what you asked?
Yeah. How's the weather there where you are?
It's gorgeous here in East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. I just took a
Mm-hmm.
trip from down there. I went to Greenville for the first time. It looks like on the way there, it kind of captivated
Greenville,
me.
Tennessee?
Yeah, it kind of captivated me because I passed an area where it looked like it was just this mountainous pyramid-like
Uh-huh.
structure.
I just went to Greenville yesterday. That's really funny that you say that because I live in Knoxville, but my dad
Uh-huh.
had a doctor's appointment with the VA hospital up in Johnson City.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
appreciate his service. I
yeah,
served myself. I
yeah,
served in the
awesome. Well,
Navy.
thank you for your service.
Yeah, same to you. Thank
He uh, he he likes to take the interstate to get there because it was a stupid early appointment. I don't know why they do that to us, but we had to be up there at 9:30 in the morning, and
you.
it's
Mm-hmm.
easily a 1.5 to 2 hour drive, kind of depending.
Yeah.
And my we had to get gas, and he had to get something at McDonald's for breakfast. And anyways,
Oh, wow.
all
Okay.
that to say,
Oh, he sounds about
he
like
was,
me. I grew up like that. I used to love me and my grandfather. We practically lived out of McDonald's almost. Not 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 for not literally like that, but I mean we
yeah,
just spent a
no, I
lot of
know,
time
yeah.
like
Ours
I
is.
just remember this.
That's really funny that you say that. Ours is, my family does Cracker Barrel for breakfast when we go away somewhere. You know what I mean?
At
Like vacation or whatever. The first day out, we'll,
let's see.
on the road, if we're on the road for the day, we'll eat at Cracker Barrel
I'm
in the
from the
morning.
South myself, so I can relate. I love some
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel. They have some awesome food. I used to work there too back in my after high school, college, beginning of
Yeah,
college
did you?
years. Yeah.
I never did that, but
Hmm.
it's funny because I've got 3 boys, and
Hmm.
2 of them are grown now, essentially. I mean, 20 and 17. They're about to go up this summer.
Oh, they're about the same age
But
as mine boys.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, it's pretty funny because Mama gets the biggest breakfast. I am just a breakfast person.
Oh, you
It
tickling
is
me.
so funny. My mama would every once in a while she'd do breakfast for like supper,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, that was my favorite meal. Like
Say, hey,
to this day, I can eat breakfast any time of the day. So
man.
doesn't matter. So,
And when it's that
and
good
it's
to you,
really
you
kind of
know?
comical. My
Mm.
breakfast nowadays for about the past 10 years has been a protein shake because I had gotten a little, not like big, but I had had two children and, just you're chasing kids and everybody thinks, oh, you're active and you're chasing kids. Yeah, no, that doesn't burn calories like you would hope.
Oh, right,
Um,
right.
so I put out
It's
a
more.
protein shake, which means, man,
Hmm.
there are days that Cracker Barrel is just like, yeah, at 6 o'clock at night. I don't do that.
Right.
I don't get the opportunity to do that.
You
But
definitely
yeah,
have to.
I'm the one that eats the biggest breakfast. I will. It's got to have the meat and the eggs and the hash brown casserole and the apples and like if it's available, Mama's gonna scarf it down. I just have to say that. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm not a
Oh,
McDonald's just doesn't do jack crap for me. It's like, okay, I had one of those. My dad he bought me one of those
oh man.
breakfast wrap. The sausage and eggs.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, that's okay. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm just thinking it was warm because it was rainy yesterday, kind of chilly, and but yeah. So after the appointment,
Hmm.
so my church camp is up in that area too. I don't know if you pass through like Irwin/Unicoi area up there between Greenville and
So,
Johnson City, but it's in that mountainous, just
right.
gorgeous area.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so
This one name, I
since I
believe
go ahead.
I'm trying to think of
What?
the neighboring city that was next to Greenville. I believe it start with the M. It's like Mission or something.
Um, where
Maybe.
what highway were you on? Oh, it's
It started with
it
the
was
M.
there.
If I know it from,
Minnetonka or I don't
that's
know.
it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one. I was right there.
yeah.
So I was near there because I did a driving course. We did a driving course that went around that route.
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
yeah, they
We
had like a little warehouse that we went to that was in that little neighboring country town, which is very beautiful. It was like just wide open,
isn't it though?
just country
It is.
terrain.
It's anyways. But so here's the long and short of it is that I can't stand the interstate. I will take a back road anytime if I have the option. So I have
Mm.
memorized the route from Knoxville to the church camp, which is just a little bit south of Johnson City. So you get to go through Greenville every time.
Oh,
And
you
I've got
get a
that. I
little
mean, I
piece
can
of
I
it.
can drive that in my sleep. My children they just laugh at me. They're like, I don't care. I'd rather do that than the interstate because I'll miss my exit on the interstate. You know what I mean? I'll just get lolly.
Oh yeah, it's
Um,
just so tense. You get. I mean,
but so I
it's.
did a big circle yesterday, and then we came back through
Mhm.
Greenville, and yeah, it was gorgeous. It was as green as could be, and I was like, I am so glad I am not at camp today because it was rainy and nasty.
Yep.
But anywhere.
But the
Okay, so
environment makes it worthwhile, though, doesn't it?
what?
So the environment makes it worthwhile. See the atmosphere.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you ever like want a good vacation, go down there and go whitewater rafting or tubing in that area.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so
Well,
let's
that's good
start
to
with
know.
Jones Logistic. That was from December to March, and go ahead with. Let me get my pen to work here again. Jones. I need to know what you did and why you left. Is essentially kind of all I'm looking for. What did you do, like, so that I can rate you up as, you've got experience to do what we're wanting you to do?
So at Jones, I pretty much was. I did the same type of shuttle work, but it wasn't on a yard or a warehouse per se. It was. I went 100 to 150-mile radius
Uh-huh.
between either a recycling company, somewhere where I could pick up a scrap load, or whomever. Maybe it'd be a glass company. It'd be anywhere that you know had old recycling goods that we would use that they would we use for distributing to um, the scrap loads to other plants so that they could process them to whatever goods they wanted them to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you picked up recyclables.
Yes, like
Okay.
they called it like OCC, um, some cardboard stuff. It just all depending on what type of paper good it was. So sometimes it would be just
Mm-hmm.
cardboard. It'd be, different bales of certain grades of recycled goods, basically.
Okay. Delivered to warehouses, I guess.
Yeah, warehouses or
Okay. And
distribution
why did
centers.
you leave there?
Yeah, kind of the same type of issues. Um, so Jones is from Mississippi somewhere.
This is Wisconsin.
Yeah, so they had an account that they bought from a company up here called PTI,
Oh, okay.
and they underbid the account. So I had been employed with them. Was supposed to be the beginning of December, but I didn't start working for them until um, the middle of January. Like it's when they really
Okay.
started working. So we
So,
had issues with
so in a
payment.
nutshell, what happened?
Right. So I basically left because of managerial issues there. There were certain things that didn't line up that, they were with the trucks, they had people were sabotaging the trucks. They weren't holding other drivers accountable for, things that transpired in the truck that I was using. And there was always a big mix up about who was supposed to be using what truck. And at one point we're supposed to have designated trucks and just back and forth with a lot of hearsay stuff. So.
Okay, so just really poor management, it sounds like.
Right, and like I said, me being a driver, I don't know a lot of about what they have to do, so I'm coming on the outside looking in. I'm doing one thing, and that's to drive a truck and safely. You know what I mean, to point A and
Mm-hmm.
point B and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, well,
it was
that's
just
hard to do
frustrating for
when
me.
you're not sure what truck you're driving and whether or not it's going to be
Well, the thing
up to
is
the
the drivers.
load. And
There was just a lot of incompetence in the communication with the managers and um, what was expected of them just wasn't being met as far as them holding other drivers accountable for some things that transpired. It kind of like they was trying to blame it on me when it was something of the president of that.
um,
So it turned out I'd have to come in and file reports on before I would get started with the shift with me making a route or two. I'd have to file and report on issues with the truck that that transpired that other drivers didn't do.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Um, yeah, and just so you understand, I am not here to nitpick you, not one bit. I mean, I've got my own wonderful little tale of why I left my last job, and I had been there 5 years and was perfectly happy with it until my my management all moved up a level, and I got a new person directly over me. And dear sweet woman, I mean, she's great as a person and as a friend, but as a manager, I gotta tell you, I was kind of cocking my head sideways, going, "Are you serious?" I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh. And what I did for them is I drove a school bus. It was for the Boys and Girls Club, and she kept putting this one lady with me. We when I started the job, we did not have assistants on the bus. I mean, it was just us. We drove. We managed our children on our bus, and life was happy. Well, then
Mm-hmm.
COVID came along, and we got these assistants. So then you add to your job that is, some people would see it as stressful. I don't. I'm fine with driving big vehicles and managing children. That's just two of my strong points. And but now we have a third factor, and that is the personality of whichever bloomin' assistant they put on my bus. And I ended up leaving because the girl that was put on my bus, just because honestly she couldn't get her butt to work on time to ride the bus that left earlier than mine and ride that as the assistant. So my assistant would have to go on the other bus because she was responsible and she got to work on time, and I would keep getting assigned this blessed creature. And
Oh,
the
right.
straw that broke my camel's back was the fact that she was she took it upon herself. I don't know. I mean, surely you've ridden a school bus or a bus, of some sort, and you realize that there's an imaginary line right there at those seats behind the driver that you just don't cross when that bus is in motion. Am I right?
For sure. That's what that yellow line is for. Even though I've never done my grandmother and them drive, and I grew up riding her bus, and till this day, believe it or not, she's still driving after her surgery. She's still driving school bus. So
Yeah, I'll keep my
yeah,
license because I may go back to it at some point.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
She got all pissy with me
hmm
over taking attendance, and there's a lot to what happened.
Yeah.
But just slow as molasses, and I'm like, I've got a schedule to keep, and I do not have time for her to lollygag and take 10 minutes to take attendance on this bus before I pull out. So essentially, what happened is I memorized the children's name, and I took their attendance as they got on the bus. Well, she got to be in confrontation about the fact that I wouldn't give her the clipboard with kids' names on it. And because I had to sign off on it anyway, so she was like, I'll take attendance, and I was like, I put my hand out to her, and I was like, well, I have to sign off on it anyways, so she handed me the clipboard, and I didn't hand it back to her. I went ahead and took their attendance, because I wasn't waiting around for her to, get it done.
Right.
I tossed it up into my windshield area, and I was pulling out of the school, and it was two quick right-hand turns, and then I was on the main highway in that area. And I'm pulling around those, and they come so quickly that you just make a giant, a sweeping turn. You know what I mean? It's just it's a big turn. And while I was in the middle of that sweeping turn, that blessed girl got up on my engine compartment, reached into my windshield compartment to get that clipboard, and was mouthing off to me that I need to send a picture of that back to the club, and your driving is going to kill me. And I thought, you just better hope there's not a pothole, because if you fly out of this blessed bus because of your stupidity,
right?
Because I know for a fact that it would have been on me, because that's how the CBLA rolls. You know what I mean? You are responsible for your vehicle and everybody on it.
Yeah, the passenger deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to my I was at my first stop that day. I had three more to do. I got back to the club, and I was on the phone, trying to reach my supervisor, who was driving the other bus, because the normal driver was not able to drive because he had dental work done. So she was on it, and he was the assistant on the bus,
Okay.
Anyways, I was trying to get a hold of them, and I was like, is there anybody else you can put on my bus? Like anybody in this club.
Just to get through this.
She is being a complete piece of work. Anyways, but the conversation over the next week and a half went from that day. I went home, and I contacted my big boss, who actually hired me 5 years ago, and I just put in my notice. I'm like, I'm not playing this game. And through chain of events, I had a conversation with my local boss, and I was like, look, you can't tell me that she has to be on my bus on occasion, dippity-dippity-doo. I said, with her behaving like that, you and I both know that if something happens to her on my bus, the club is not going to have her back.
But see, then that's why they started putting, because my sister drives too as well. And my mom drove a bit, while she was a nurse. So
yeah, we have a camera, but it's not firing up. It doesn't, it's just there for looks.
It's not what? You said so it doesn't. No,
it doesn't record a thing.
How? That's what it was for.
I agree.
It's like
I agree.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. They just have it. They told me when I first took it, that it's there, and it helps to keep the kids in line because they think they're being recorded.
Right. It's supposed to be like the black box of the bus.
She's not being recorded either, because I told my supervisor.
Yeah.
And she tried to talk to us, and the girl was like, I think we're just having a lack of communication. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure you communicate just fine. I was hot.
Yeah.
And my supervisor was like, she knew. Because, it had been coming.
She would.
Several months. I told her. There were several occasions prior to this that I told her. I said, she was like, how'd the run go? She came up to me all sweet and asked, how'd your run go? Because that girl was on my bus. And I'd be like, I just looked her in the eye. I said, when the day comes that I turn in my notice, you just need to know it's been coming. Because I knew she wasn't going to do anything about it. And she still has them. The girl is still there.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, they give
yeah.
some
And I
people a
still
pass, and
technically am employed by them because my superiors, my two above her, they know me much better because I've worked for both of them much closer in the past 5 years. So I just want you to be clear that I totally get it. There are some times that people are just like, really? And you just, like, there is no fixing that. You know what I mean? Like, in my situation, there's no fixing that. I tried.
yeah, it's just like what I
The
mean.
only thing that actually got her attention was my 2 week notice. And I'm telling you, that girl was like, she was chomping at the bit to talk to me and this, that, and the other. And I was like, no, I got things I've got to do. I can't talk right now, but I'll try to talk to you tomorrow, And she was like, well, so-and-so is here and she wants to talk to you. And that's the girl that hired me. And she is like the top dog now in the company. And, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't know she was going to want to talk to me, and I have to get my son somewhere by such and such a time tonight. Tyler, I'll talk to her on the phone if I can,
Right, it should
or
have been
whatever.
that. That should have been
And
sufficed. I mean,
she was so funny. She was just flabbergasted that how dare I not drop what I'm doing for her either. You know what I mean? And it's like, no.
yeah, like
Because if she really wanted to talk to me about something important, I know her.
she
She
would have
would
made it
contact
convenient
me
for you. Yeah,
directly.
she would have definitely
Yeah.
made it convenient
Yeah,
for
and
you.
all she wanted to say when we finally got in touch with each other was she just wanted to let me know that she had gotten my notice and that she understood and she was, grateful for the time I had spent driving the bus for him.
Yeah.
And basically it was her way of saying this other girl is going to have to be a big girl and manage her little area better because if she loses you, she's driving the bus.
Oh yeah, she's gonna
She
definitely have to
was just,
step up to the plate now, unless they get somebody.
she was letting the other girl, she was not stepping on her toes. But unfortunately, that girl didn't have the wherewithal to can the other woman. She had been with us like a year or two, and she had done nothing but cause strife. I mean, she even admitted she did it to her too. She's the manager, and she would do this kind of crap to her. And I'm like, absolutely not. No, she
Right.
should be gone. There's no excuse for that. So
For sure.
anyways,
For
all
sure.
that
For
to
sure.
say, next job,
Definitely.
Legacy Express.
Yeah.
Uh, so that was a local route driver focused on planning routes, holding safety standards. What did you haul? What kind of stuff were you hauling there?
It was general freight. It could be some. They actually did have some scraps. I did too. That I picked up out of Chicago.
Okay,
I
so
had
box trucks mainly, or flatbeds, or what?
53-foot van trucks.
Okay, so vans. All right.
Yeah.
General freight.
So that was just, and that was kind of like, it was local, but I would do anywhere from about, I would say, 250 to 500 miles in a day.
Okay. While that's impressive, that's not something we're too concerned with. This is going to be a local job, so.
Right.
Okay, and then you have Trillium drivers. So you're a junkie. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
As I
trucking
look through
agency.
here, hold on 1 second. Let me get back over to the actual job thing.
Okay.
Here's what I want to know from you. Where did you get your manual transmission experience, flatbed experience, and your roll-off experience? That's what I'm looking for. I need to document where you got that kind of experience because that's what we're looking for.
Well, first off, I don't have any roll-off experience. I've never done roll-off except for, what would you call it? It was more like the flatbed with the winch, with the remote winch on it that I used to operate. I've done that before, but not a roll-off. I haven't.
How is that different? I don't know
So
anything about this. How is that different?
so the winch and flatbed that I used to do, it was either with the remote, and I've done this at a company back in Louisiana called Jackson Trailer. I used to fix trailers. So they had a company where we would haul containers to construction sites. Kind of like if you've seen Pac Van. Have you ever seen a company called Pac Van?
Hold on 1 second, please.
Okay.
I don't mean to be rude, but my son has apparently turned up the TV, and now, even though my door is shut, I can't focus. Hey, I need you to turn that down a few notches. I can't hear in here, okay? Yeah, take it down to about 12, please. Can you do that? That's 14. Let's keep going. I will turn it off. Yeah, I will, and you know it.
Wow.
You will get a little busted if you talk to me again. Don't you even.
Wow.
Son? What?
What? Serious?
That's a 12-year-old who's about to lose his head.
Oh my gosh. I am so wow.
Hang tight. I'll be right back.
I
Hold on a minute.
apologize. Wow. I cannot believe he just disrespected that woman like that. His own. I just cannot believe I'm hearing this kind of things. Let me grab my folks together. God bless that woman, man. Bless her heart, man. And I just finished thinking about my little ordeals I used to have with my stepfather, man. Used to have me scared for my life. Right now, it is for peace. Cool, collect. Comfort this woman's home. Gotta ask for your perfect guidance and focus in this time of turmoil and uncertainty.
All right. Now that that's handled. Are you there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Apparently that child has had a rough morning, and I did not realize it. I'm not sure what that was. But, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you got it straight. I feel so. Whoa.
He's the
Well,
youngest of three. It's all good.
yeah, he needed a quick wellness check, didn't he?
Boy. Huh?
So he needed a really quick wellness check.
Yeah. I love that. Yes, he needed a wellness check. I let him know under no uncertain terms that my candidate on the phone heard all that. If he ever did that again, I would wear him out. Anyways.
Oh my goodness, at 12 years old, yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
no,
that's unbelievable.
When I looked at him, he is in there all hot and sweaty. So he's apparently been outside running the dogs with the four-wheeler, and I don't know why he's not still doing it. So
I couldn't imagine getting like
that. His little life has gone amiss and whatever.
I thought he was joking at first.
Well, when I got out there without my earbud, I will say he was like trying to like hide a smile because he knew that I was like, no.
Ready to rip into him,
no.
Right?
He was like,
let me get in my back. Let me get back in let me get back to walking on eggshells.
Yeah, right? Like, oh crap. Anywho. Okay, so I was on trilliums. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, these are going to be oversized loads. So the rolling off, that's what you were describing to me, and the difference between rolling off and what you have done.
Yeah, I don't have any experience with roll off in the time I've had my CDL. That's one job in particular I've never really done before. So it is similar to what it compares to me, the most closely related that I've actually have experience with would be a flatbed with a winch, which winches on a container style. Have you seen those? Yeah,
I know what the winch is.
We call them sea cans.
My boys are, my husband and my son, my oldest, are all into that kind of thing. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So oversized loads. Have you ever carried anything oversized?
No.
Whether or not you needed an escort, anything that just kind of hung off one side or the other, or anything.
On a flatbed, I say now I've done heavy equipment like forklifts or another truck, or something where so similar to that, but not quite oversized where I needed an actual escort or those flags and all of the markings.
These are loads that most of them are not going to require an escort, but you'd be hauling like trusses and stuff like that, so they might be a little bit bigger than you're used to. I'll just put a check mark there because I think, I don't know, would you be comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for such a long while that in the decade that I've been doing it, My experience would allow me to adjust to it
Okay,
within the safety
good.
parameters needed to. I feel that I
Okay,
have the
good.
experience, to qualify for it.
Right. Okay. And manual transmission. Where have you driven a manual transmission?
So I started off at Swift in 2006, and I did train briefly in a manual transmission. Um,
Okay.
so
So you
I
have
did
that experience.
through the Swift Academy. I did
Okay.
I did my and obtained my CDL with through by way of a 3 week period of manual transmission. So
Gotcha. Okay. Forklift experience?
yes, and most of that didn't come by way of me driving a truck, but
The
it did.
forklift?
Yeah, it did come
Okay.
in handy because the first time I had driven a truck. I was never expected to drive a forklift, even though I'm sure
Okay.
I would have. So
Okay. So you do have forklift experience. And what about Moffett experience?
you said what is it?
Moffett, the forklift that's like attached to the back of the flatbed.
Oh, the piggy, what they call it, the piggyback.
I don't know. Do they? I was just told it's called a Moffett.
Is it a 3-wheel forklift?
Maybe. I actually
Okay.
don't know how many wheels. But all I know is it rides along with the flatbed. It's on the back of it.
Okay. Yeah, so I've seen it. I've seen that before. I've seen how it works. I know it has like a
Okay.
couple of latches that go up on it. It actually forklifts itself up on the rear end. I know there's a couple of different setups, they have
Okay.
for that type of mechanism. So I've seen it before, like where Home
All right.
Depot has a lot of those, and Lowe's has some of those
Good.
style
Okay.
trucks.
And flatbed. You do drive a flatbed, correct?
Yes,
Or
I
you
have
have?
before
Okay.
with the
So where
straps.
did you
Yeah.
get your flatbed experience? Let's look at that.
So flatbed experience, that was um, not very much of it, and it was on a. I guess it would still be classified as a Class A because it was a 48 footer
Mm-hmm.
flatbed. So between 23s and 48s at I think briefly at a chemical company out of Exxon chemical plant. It was called
Okay. I'm
Excel,
not
and they
seeing
have
that on your. I'm not seeing that one on your resume. What has
Excel.
it?
I
I'm sorry.
think Excel should be on there, the box truck
Oh, okay.
one.
XL Baton Rouge.
Yeah, so briefly they
Okay.
had flatbeds there.
Okay. XL. That's where we got flatbed experience. Okay. Okay. All right. So to do my due diligence here, we were on trillions. Is where I need to pick up and go. Okay, what did you haul and why'd you leave?
So Trillium was pretty much general. They had, and this is a trucking agency where they have some contracts for some recycling companies,
Uh-huh.
more like PTI or I mean not PTI, but like on the accounts I did with Jones for paper mill plants, basically. So
That doesn't make sense to me. What do you mean that Jones? I'm not familiar with that.
um, so Jones, like on the accounts that I had with Jones, I said the accounts that I was talking about, the paper mill accounts.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
I'm
some
following you now.
Yeah, so they had accounts with some paper mill companies, one known as Procon that was out of it's near Kakana, I believe.
Okay, so basically you were hauling general freight still, and then basically I just need your reason for leaving there.
Um, so some of the jobs that they had were temporary. They were contractual, seasonal, some in some ways. Some
Okay,
in some ways I had to fill in for people who were on medical leave for some
okay.
accounts. So it was a temporary to hire position, but sometimes either the account
Well, you
ended
spent
or
almost 4 years there,
yeah, it was a
so
lot. It was a lot of on. They had a lot of accounts that some accounts would be 3 to 5 months. Some would be
okay.
about
So
six
you were
months.
kind of a fill-in person. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, kind
Okay.
of. Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to say here? If you were fill-in, and did you just need something that was more 40-hour-a-week permanent, or what was there?
Yeah, I did individually, and eventually I did end up finding more. I guess it was more.
Needed more stability. That's what I'll put there.
Yeah, I wanted to go
Okay.
from just being more part-time based and fill in to more to full-time. So I was just
Okay. That's
broadening the
fine.
horizons
Okay.
there.
Legacy Express, that was the one after that, and I did not write down your reason for leaving. I'm not sure if I got distracted with my son or what that was, but how come
Well,
you
yeah, I
left
was getting
there?
ready to tell you that. So there, my vehicle actually got vandalized. That's about a 45-minute commute from where I live, and
So your personal vehicle or your truck?
my personal vehicle, because I worked
Oh man.
locally out of there, and
Yeah.
it just never dawned on me why it would be happening, because I never would, now you drive your vehicle on a part of the property where the trucks are. So yeah, I know I can understand how, the places where trucks go, debris gets dropped off in certain areas, but where the trucks are being, where
You
people,
mean to say that your truck was parked at your job and got vandalized?
not my actual truck, my personal vehicle.
Your vehicle, yeah, your personal vehicle was parked
Yes.
where you worked.
Yes.
So you would like bring your personal vehicle to work, hop in your truck, go do your job, and wow.
And yeah, I come back, and it was on a number of occasions. Cause I don't know if it's because I've been here in Wisconsin, because I'm not from Wisconsin, even though I have some family members in the area, like around the southern area a little bit. But most, I don't know if it was just them taking some personal vendetta towards me, because I don't have any enemies that I know of for anyone to be picking on me, or to
Wow.
to cause any
Okay.
of that to
That's
happen.
okay.
So
Yeah, I'm putting I'll just put personal vehicle vandalized on job. There is just no. I would have walked too. But no,
yeah,
no.
so
Okay.
I had to get the authorities involved a little bit, because you know, um,
That's pretty incredible. Okay, so I thought I
it
had a
was.
bad job that I just left.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I really want to find a place, because my mom has been talking about, wanting to buy a truck that, I'll probably end up driving, because out of her two sons, I'm the only one that has the license to do it right now.
Yeah. Wow.
And I want to find where, somewhere where I can think about, focus on, retirement, and, building stability
Mm-hmm.
for my children and stuff. And I just keep running
Right.
into these issues, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm bad, but I've had some great experience with trucking, in my professional
Yeah.
career, and I want to find a place where I have some interviews lined up as well.
Uh-huh.
I really want to find a place where I can call home and retire, and
Right.
focus on the better
Right.
parts of, what I can contribute in this
Huh.
life
Wow.
for the future of
Okay.
my children and myself. So
Right. It's like I want stability here. Let's just find something good. I'm sorry to hear that. That's not cool. Okay, so for rider, primary responsible.
yeah, that was a
Same,
job
is
that
it
I
same
put them
type
on
thing,
there.
just general freight?
Well, so Ryder was more like, that was a warehouse job. Uh,
Okay.
it was a spotter. Well, actually, it was a shuttle job that I did, and that was through Trillium. So I think I ended up putting them on there because I worked there for about 6 months.
I would say petroleum on here you have yard jockey, and then for rider you have shuttle driver.
Right.
Okay. So why did you leave? Why did you leave rider?
Um, I believe
That's
I ended
the
up.
dates are weird on that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because it was
What?
it was during the same time that I worked for Trillium.
Yeah, it
That's a
was,
job
but
that I
kind of
got through
over.
Trillium.
You're
So it
at
kind of
Trillium,
overlaps.
and you got the shuttle driver as well. It looks like with
Yeah, it
rider.
kind of overlaps a little bit there, because I did
Mm-hmm.
a 6 month period there. But I think I found something a little bit different. Um, can't remember exactly why. I think I just found a different gig where it was just more flexible for my time.
Okay.
I don't think I was adjusting to the hours properly, and there was a lot of schedule changes there, and they did, I think, this 2-2-2-3 thing or something like that, where I was, 1 minute I'd be working daytime, and then the next minute I'd be working night, and it kind of got
Okay.
confusing for me for a little bit. I didn't mind it, but I just I don't like
Well,
being
that's fine. We can
jerked
just
back
say the
and forth.
schedule wouldn't work with your other job.
Yeah, so I end up finding something a little bit more flexible for my time and circumstances. Yeah.
Schedule didn't line up with other job he had.
So you're in Tennessee. You're out. This company is out of Tennessee, Corbel.
No.
I've never even
No,
heard of this company
actually,
before.
I just live in Tennessee, but my boss actually lives, where does he live? Cape Cod, I think?
Cape Cod, Wisconsin.
No, East Coast.
Cape Cod. Okay, yeah, that is New Jersey then.
Something. I don't know. I think that's where he lives. I'm not real positive. And then his partner, shoot, I don't even know where he lives. Somewhere up in the East Coast. I don't know. I just talked to him on the phone. Yeah, I don't know. But I've had that information given to me, but honestly, it's like, whoops, gone. Alrighty, so. I'm just looking through here to see if there's any of these that I need to, like, specifically hit to go, okay, that is something we want to know more about to put you on paper in the best light. So Excel is where you had your flatbed experience. And why did you leave Excel? Just because I'm going to mention it with the flatbed experience.
So I left Excel. Um, it was due to a medical issue that I had with my foot. So I became unable to stand on my foot. I don't know where. I think for some no, I didn't get diagnosed for gout or anything like that. But it was a weird incision that came on my foot, and it swole my foot up really bad, and I couldn't stand or perform any of the duties, being on my feet. And they gave me a week off at one point, and I went to the doctor. He gave me medicine, prescribed me some, medicine and whatnot, and ointment. It didn't really work as well. So I actually tried to come back and work after a week, and being that I was still having the pain, they wouldn't allow me to work. So I actually told them that I was going to just go in and do something around the warehouse where I wouldn't have to, work the truck and deliver any of the supplies around the plant, because every day would be different. And that was kind of a fun job. I actually liked doing that, working in Exxon, because it was pretty fun. I'd learn the system really well, because I'm pretty computer literate. So I learned the system fairly well. Within a week, I was just flying through the plant, everywhere. I got trained for about a week, 2 weeks on that thing, and I was by myself. So, with learning everything, the process of learning what goes where, and everything's designated by region, a number region or a code of the region and whatnot.
Right.
And they had specific things that went in a certain area. So
right.
It was quite fun though. I actually enjoy doing that now I think about it.
Sounds like you would enjoy working for the post office.
Well, with this job, I thought what I would like about it, because this is the first time when I thought about it, I was like, I love working with my hands, but I've never heard of a CDL laborer. And it's like, okay, when we get there, what's expected of me? Because the closest thing that I've done to it was a company. It was through Dependable Source is where I worked at this company out of New Orleans. I commute there about 40, New Orleans about an hour away. So I'd commute there Monday through Friday. And it was a Class B vehicle. It had a flatbed attachment to it, and the trailer was a flatbed behind it, and it had to the actual utility truck itself, and it had like a ladder on it, one of those remote ladders where they could extend it off stuff. So I would have to position the truck alongside a bridge or wherever they need it with particular accuracy, so they'd be able to hang off of it. They used to tie little contraptions to it and stuff, and hang off of it over the side of the bridge and they're suspended over water and, welding and working on the bridge and stuff. And I'm sitting there watching this stuff, it was pretty cool. And
Oh, wow.
it got boring because I felt like I was just in the way. I'd go and, I was the only person that looked like me, and I'm just, there trying to get used to it, and I can tell they just look at me like I'm this kid. I don't know anything because I look so young. And, I just tried to stay out of the way as much as I could. And I just think they didn't like me, I tried to
So
get.
that's your Excel experience?
No, that wasn't through Excel. That was through.
Okay.
No, I was saying, like I said, that was through Dependable Source. That should be on
Oh,
there as
that's
well.
right. Okay, yeah, you switched gears on me. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. So the
Yeah.
medical issue with the foot, what finally ended up happening there? I'm just going to say possible gout flare up.
It was just
gout's pretty nasty.
Well, it wasn't gout though, for sure.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't for sure gout, but it was like a weird incision that swole. It ended up swelling my foot. It was like I got stung or something.
Oh. Okay.
But I really don't know where it came from. It hasn't come back since then. That was almost. That was back in 2007. No, I'm sorry. That was back in 2014. Excuse me.
So did they just? I mean, did your foot not heal fast enough?
Yeah, just when I didn't.
You can't be doing this, or what happened?
When I didn't, get. I guess I didn't get well soon enough. They just end up medically discharged, and I just got medically discharged out of there. Because I asked them, I wanted to keep the job, I liked the job, and I'm sure I would have, like, as expected, just not as soon as I expected to get healed. I would have healed, and I would have been able to, continue on with the job and the task at hand, because, what was expected of me was pretty significant, and I was adjusting to that fairly well. So, yeah, that was it.
Interesting. Okay.
I took some time off to get better and went back to work soon after.
Oh, okay. Okay, so in my write-up, just so you know, you have a lot of these. Jobs that were not okay. We did touch on Dependable Source, but I'm just going to go ahead and say there's only so many notes I can take on this stuff, and I wanted to make sure that I hit the things that actually
related to the job.
Yes, that's why Swift for the manual transmission, Excel for the flatbed. So there's going to appear to be some holes, and I'm just going to go ahead and let them know that, it's in the resume. Look over it a little bit. But, I wanted to hit your most recent jobs kind of a little bit more in detail, and then make sure that I got the ones that actually apply to what you will be doing. So for this job that we're hiring for, oversized loads they're just going to kind of be part of the job. They're not always going to need a escort. In fact, I think most of them will not, but they will, they might overhang a little bit on sides or on back, whatever. Manual transmission, I think, is kind of a must. So, I don't know how you feel about that. I don't drive anything but a manual transmission. I mean, not my bus. When I drive bus, I don't have a choice. It's just automatic. But point is, not everybody's comfortable with that. But it sounded like you would be okay with that. So we'll go ahead and
with the manual transmission. Yeah, I prefer. I mean, at this time, yeah, as I've gained through my experience and comfortability just proves to be a better fit. Yeah, with the manual, I'm used to either one. I can deal with either one, but it is more comfortable for me to have a manual shift.
Okay, good. Okay. And then, of course, the rolling off is, I'll put that you haven't rolled off, but you're familiar with the winch process.
I mean,
it's like anything else. They're going to train you.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. So I'm thinking one thing, and my mind is saying a whole nother one, because I've been kind of reading right before you called me. But I don't mind the manual, but I do prefer automatic, is what I was trying to say. Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say, there's not very many of you that like the manual better, but okay. All right, that's fine.
Really?
But
I've seen most drivers, with my experience, 80%, I would say out of everyone I've met, a lot of drivers I've come across really like manual. And I was
Really?
surprised too. I was kind of shocked. I was like, "You want a manual?" He's like, "All
Oh, I
day, all
do.
day." But see,
I do
most
all
people
day
say they
long.
want a manual because of the snow, which I can understand why. I would prefer a
Mm-hmm.
manual
You can
in the
sit
snow.
down quick, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Put it in the lower gear and chug along. Yep.
see, when you allow the truck for me, I just become the truck myself. I feel like I just
Hmm.
however I learn how you downshift. I'm not gonna put more on you. I'm gonna let you downshift when I want you to downshift. So it's more about me
Mm-hmm.
controlling how the truck works more than me actually manually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
As in giving I can do it randomly. I don't need to do it random as long as I can do it when I want to.
Right.
So that's how I get around it.
Okay.
But I can do either or. I'm pretty versatile there
Okay.
that way.
That's cool. All right. So the rolling off, you do have the winch, and so that kind of compares to, and we'll just go ahead and note that you're going to need trained for the rolling off. But I think it's standard. Everybody needs trained on that. As far as
Yeah.
they just don't take it for granted that there are procedures. Then we have yes on forklift, yes on MOSFET, and how much would you like to be getting paid?
Um, I say this would be about 30 or salary, $30 an hour or salary.
Okay.
Was it?
They're hiring at 26 to 27, depending on experience,
Okay.
and then they do have overtime paid at time and a half. So,
Okay. Yeah,
are you
that's
cool with
fine.
that, or
Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that.
okay? I'll just go ahead and put you at 27 then.
Cause I
I
know
know
that
one
with
time
my
I put
experience here.
higher than they wouldn't even interview the guy, and I was like, "What's
Well,
wrong?"
well, I know for one thing, my experience does speak for itself. I know for
Yeah.
given the extent of how long I've actually had a license, so I'm approaching
Right.
the 2 decade mark. So yeah, I would definitely would appreciate the initiative taken for that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's
something
respect to
you can
that.
always. That's something you can always broach in the interview with them. And I've through my time doing this, I've learned that some of them are just their hands are tied. There's nothing they can do about it. I think it was one of my very first candidates. I mean, he was just an absolute shoe-in for this job. I could not believe that I had stumbled across this guy. He was perfect for the job,
Hmm.
and they wouldn't give him the money he needed. And he was like, "There's no way. No, I'm not doing that." And I was like, "No." Anyways,
So, so is
all
it
right,
really
and
that? I mean, is it? I mean,
it was a different company.
okay.
It was a totally different job. Like it's been hired for and gone like a month ago.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I mean, this is De Pere is this was 10 jobs away. I have no idea. I just thought it was rather comical because I had just started doing this. You know what I mean? And I was like, yay, I'm so excited. I found the perfect match and yay. And yeah, no, they wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole, but he was really experienced. I mean, he was like, I don't know. I mean, it was like asking the president to, not this president, but we're not going to go there. It was asking like the president to, feed your cat or something. I mean, he was so overqualified. It was ridiculous. But they
Oh
still wouldn't give
wow.
him the money. Anyways,
Oh,
your driving record. How are we there?
my driving record is good. Yeah.
Your driving record is good. Is that what you said?
Yes,
So
my driving
doesn't
record is
have
good.
anything on it.
Well, I
Okay,
do.
clean.
I had a speeding ticket. That was it.
Uh-oh. When did you have that?
Um,
Is that in your personal car or your company car or what?
yeah, personal vehicle.
Okay.
Um, a few months ago
Okay. Personal speeding, what month?
was I think February.
Okay. All right. I'll let you give them the details on that. I got to speed that. Well, oh, shoot. I got a failure to stop at a stop sign when I wasn't driving my bus, but I was, in my personal vehicle while I was employed for them. I let my boss know, and she's like, "All right, thanks for showing me."
Yeah, I
No big
ended
deal.
up. I don't know why. Yeah, I should. I mean, I do have one of those too because I just ended up getting one of those. It wasn't like I just purposely ran it. I'd been inside all day. Only time I was going to leave the house was to go pick up an order that I made, and I guess the officer he thought I ran a red light, but I just went under it, but he gave me a ticket anyway.
Yeah, well, that happens.
So
Okay.
it's not like I just purposely go out here trying to run red lights.
Right.
But more than one,
We have a
I
few in
just
our
just
area that you got to be really good to not.
Well, I mean, just to be honest, I mean, he didn't have to give me the ticket. I mean, it's not like I'm the richest person in the world, but yeah, they just want money either way it goes. They don't want me to have a
Yeah.
license, and it's just, on top of that, if I don't land a job this month, I'm just gonna move from Wisconsin altogether because I'm just tired of
Where
dealing
are you
with
headed?
everything. Wherever, not I won't be Wisconsin, and I don't even know yet. I just won't be in
See, I
Wisconsin.
was going to say, because I've got several jobs, and a lot of these people will relocate you. If
Yeah,
you're
it's
like
just, I
Washington
mean,
State.
because of the vandalism, I've just, people, some of the higher ups in the company just, they don't treat me really well, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of starting to almost be fearful of where I am in a sense, because
Well,
I mean, I haven't
what
really,
states are you looking at?
possibly like Colorado, Wyoming, anywhere down south, maybe Louisiana, back at home there, Texas
Okay, I was
somewhere.
going to say, I've got Virginia. I've got a Danville. I think I might still have a Danville, Virginia. Hold on, let me see where all I'm hiring for.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, I
got
don't want to
Delaware,
get to
Ohio.
Delaware, Ohio. Oh, okay.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't mind living in Ohio. I never thought about that. I mean, I kind of wanted to get out of the snow a little bit, even though I don't mind it. But,
Uh-huh.
um,
And I've got Charlottesville, Virginia. But that's a yard worker. That's not a driving job. Let me see. And I've also got a few that are,
mhm.
um, hold on. I've got a few that just came through. I haven't even been able to put them on.
So
Um,
are these
I haven't even
all?
been able to put them on my list of things to look for because I just got them like yesterday and today. Hold on.
Mhm.
Um, Newton Falls, Ohio. Here's your job, and I can speak for the area. So you keep talking like
Mhm.
you are like people aren't accepting you. Is it safe to assume you're like what's the deal? Like where are you from? Why are people not accepting you? I'm just wondering if you'd fit in my hometown.
I'm from Louisiana originally, a little
So you
small
kind of
town.
dark skinned and all that jazz.
Me?
Yeah, are you or no or
Yeah, I am.
just like
I'm.
wondering what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I consider myself American native. I don't. Now, I don't call myself dark skin, of course, or black or anything like that. Because I mean, as I've progressed through life, growth has taught me that it is not safe, I believe, to act out of character about anything. So, given that I've learned, certain terminology with words, and there's certain semantics that I know people play with words, and I
Uh-huh.
understand why that's happened. But yeah, I'm an American guy from Louisiana, small town Louisiana, country boy.
Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to toss this out there. I haven't even done a template and looked on Indeed yet because I
Hmm.
just got the job today.
Hmm.
But I can kind of vouch for Newton Falls, Ohio. I grew up there. My grandma literally lived in that town.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
is it similar to
it,
like Winsboro? Would it be similar to like if you know what Winsboro looks like in Louisiana?
no idea, no idea. But here's what I
Is
can
it?
tell you:
Mm,
the high school I grew up in,
yeah.
like half black, half white. And I only say that because I grew up kind of going, whatever, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like some of my best friends were black.
Hmm.
And there was not, there was just more of an acceptance. And I am comparing that to down here in East Tennessee, where you kind of have the good old boy club. And there's nothing wrong with those folks. I will just go ahead and say that. But when I first got down here in the early 90s, there was there was definitely um, a little bit more of an attitude toward black people. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Um, versus what I grew up in, because I mean we were just such a mixed blend that we didn't think anything of it. And what I refer to when I say that is there
Hmm.
was one specific boy that I sat next to in physics, I think it was,
Hmm.
and he was on the basketball team. He was real tall. He was one of the smartest guys in the class.
Hmm.
And what I would say is, I would refer to, and all of us would, we would refer to all those things if we were trying to describe who this boy was, long before we would say, the black guy.
Yeah.
Like, we just didn't refer to race. It just wasn't in our repertoire. We were just people. So
Right.
I say that to say that would be, unless something has changed. I mean, it's been almost 30 years now since I've been there. But actually, it's been over 30 years. That's embarrassing. Do math, girl. It's been like 32.
Mm-hmm.
But even when I still go back, I mean, it's, there wasn't that divide. Not like there is here in East Tennessee. It's gotten better in East Tennessee. I will say that. It's gotten a whole lot better. I remember one of my first times being in East Tennessee at college that I was attending down here.
Yeah.
One of the local boys, he looked at me and he goes, found out I was from Northern Ohio, and he's like, well, the South is going to rise again. And I'm normally not real quick on my feet, but I looked at him with my head cocked, and I was like, to what?
Right. Like, I mean,
the South's going to rise again? It was like, oh, no, don't tell me you're one of them.
It's just like saying, like,
we already fought that war.
Make America great again. Like, what did it, like, from what? Yeah, like.
Yeah, it's like.
Have no foundation in that. That's why all the old buildings, if you look back, they say founded on the buildings because they found them there. You'll find yourself somewhere else when you.
So I will go ahead. I mean, if you're interested in relocating, it's pretty much the same job. It does say that it pays less, but I don't know what the cost of living is in Wisconsin versus Ohio. So I do know that it doesn't take much to survive in Ohio. I just remember that about it. It's like it's not a real high cost of living.
And which part of Ohio was it?
It's going to put you up in the northeastern corner. You're going to be about 30 minutes from the Pennsylvania line and about an hour from Lake Erie.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right in the snow belt. You're going to be right in the snow belt.
So that
Tornado Alley. They were hit with a tornado back in like 89, I think, or 90.
I'm trying to figure out, where would I...
What?
I'm trying to figure out where would I live if I went there then.
Probably in Amish country.
Amish country.
I mean, Newton Falls, let me describe Newton Falls to you. Small town, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has kept that. Your bigger towns in the area is going to be Warren, Ohio, and Ravenna is an old military base. It's not, I don't think it's active anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of industry that I don't even know if a lot of the industry is still there or not. But you get the Great Lakes, which, like I said, Lake Erie's like an hour away.
Yeah, that'd be great for fishing. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do they fish in Erie? Some fresh waters around that area that I have to just do some research on the territory.
No, it's a nice area. It's nice, flat. But at this point, I've lived over half my life right at the foothills of the Smokies, so do what you want with that.
The Smoky Mountains?
I mean, it's a nice area. Yeah, yeah, I'm right there. We can see the mountains from my driveway.
So do they have, can you catch salmon around the Smoky Mountains?
I have no idea. I'm not a fisherman. I'd have to ask my buddy.
Oh, I see.
I don't.
Because I know
my husband doesn't fish. My son would like to start fishing. He's 12, but yeah.
Right,
I don't think there's salmon here. I think salmon are out west.
Okay.
I think it's more catfish and maybe some trout in the rivers and
bass and stuff.
Bass, yeah, probably, yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there is some decent fishing in Ohio, and if you go southwest-ish of Newton Falls, about an hour, I want to say, hour and a half. You kind of get some Amish country and some farmland and stuff. That's one of the things that Ohio is kind of a little bit more known for, is they've got some farms up in that area.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
like Garrettsville and, shoot.
So I used to have an account when I worked for my uncle. I think, yeah, I used to put them on my resume because I worked there for about a little bit over a year, year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
They
But yeah,
had,
I was from Leavittsburg, and it finally made it on the map when we left. That tells you how small that place was.
I see
But
what you're
Newton
saying,
Falls
yeah.
is where my grandma lived. So she's like 20 minutes away. I
Okay.
mean, if you want, I'll put you in for that one too.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I can definitely see where I can get fit in if where I am now, get situated, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely I can look to
I mean,
relocate
I will
if
say
need
this:
be.
I've not been back there since COVID. Nope. Yes, I was. I was back for my father's funeral. So that was 2020. Not been back for 3 years.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how much the area has changed. You know what I mean? But the general acceptance of people, I think is pretty. I think it's pretty much stayed the same. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's even gotten better. But yeah, it definitely was. It was kind of night and day from East Tennessee, though. It took a little getting
Mm.
used to.
Well, I'm by myself. My children, I have one son in Louisiana, and the other four are overseas. So I'm by myself for the most part. I
Okay,
just
so you're able to just pick up and go then.
Well, yeah, for the
Okay.
most, like I said, my children they're probably around the same age as yours.
Yeah.
My oldest ones, and I have one 7-year-old that's back in Louisiana. The other ones they're still in high school over in Japan, but um, yeah, they're up there. You know, they're
In Japan.
yes,
There's a story. Wow. Okay.
yep,
Okay, so when are you available to interview? And I'm going to go ahead and put you down for the Newton Falls job too, and we'll see.
yeah. Um,
Because those are very
pro-
similar. They're with different companies, which is probably why the pay difference. That much I do know, because Newton Falls is going to work. You're going to work for a different company, but it's going to be the same,
the same type of job.
pretty much the same job. Yeah, hauling trusses and that kind of stuff.
A truss. Now that looks like a truss. That's TRUSS, right?
Yeah, the roof of a building, trusses.
I see. I have. So you said most of them don't need an escort. I've seen
No,
some.
yeah, hmm
Yeah, I've seen that before. So I just haul
yeah,
them to a specific place and somebody else, or haul it to the actual site where it's going to be
and then
built
you
and
offload them.
offloaded. Hence hence the roll off part. Yeah.
Yeah, rolled off the flatbed, the job site, or offloaded by a forklift. Yeah, just I imagine that will have to do with the size of it and maybe where you're delivering, what's accessible, and I don't know how much room you have. I don't know.
I see. So wait a minute. So I would have. That's why you're asking me all those too, because I would have to operate if I needed to
hmm
offload it. Offload it by forklift. Then I'd have to be the one to operate that
hmm
too.
hmm
Okay. So the closest thing I have done to that is I didn't haul any trusses, but this company I'm sure they probably did have some of those. But what I would haul would be the what I had some experience hauling the what was it like it was like these big old foam barriers like what do you call it? It's a term for it, I bet you I could say. So it's like a company called ABC Poli.
ABC Supply. No, I
ABC
know of
Supply.
ABC. Oh, ABC Supply. Yes, yes, we hire for them. Uh huh.
Yeah, so they do those construction site like
Is it the molds?
yeah, exactly.
The
Where
molds for the cement?
not only those um it's like this foam like it was like a what do you call it? It's like it's not I want to say styrofoam, but it's not styrofoam.
Well, describe to me what it was used for in the construction process. What did they do?
So it's kind of used like sheetrock. Insulation, that's what I'm talking about. So it's all kinds of types of insulation that they haul for
Okay.
like construction sites.
Okay.
And it was
And where did you
various
do that?
kinds.
What job was that?
That was through so I actually didn't end up working it. I just had some experience doing it. It was kind of a temporary job.
Okay.
I was filled in. I basically filled in for it, and had an
Okay.
opportunity to do it. And it was through dependable source. That's where I was trying to think about it.
Okay.
The temping
Okay. Well,
agency.
go ahead and, assuming you get an interview with one of these, just, make sure that they know that you've, hauled that kind of thing. Um,
Okay.
so when are you available for an interview with these, either locally or maybe with the Newton Falls job?
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible for time right now, being that I'm unemployed. I have a lot of time during the
Okay.
weekday. I would say earlier in the day up until the afternoon, like now
Okay.
around this time
Any,
now.
so I'll just put any with some notice.
Yeah, that'll work. Like Monday through Friday, I'm available at
Okay.
this point. So yeah, I've been thinking about possibly going over the road because I'm gonna need to start work here by the middle of the month.
Right. It's the 13th. It's coming. It's really funny that I did that. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. I will put you in for both of these positions, and just note that for the Newton Falls one, you'd have to relocate, and I will not before I'll go ahead and do it, but I will let him know, my boss know, that you would need to relocate for that job, but
Yeah.
might be a good fit for you, because fortunately it's really kind of comical, because he asked me this morning in a text or whatever, no, an email. He was like, how do you feel about taking on another job in Newton Falls, Ohio? And I got to tell you, I'm swamped right now. I'm like working like 8 jobs at the same time. And I'm like, oh, gosh, I'm thinking, no, but it's Newton Falls. Like, I couldn't turn it down. It's like, I know that area. I'm bound to come across somebody that I know.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, I'll do it. And I told him, I was like, I'm only doing that one because that's like my stomping ground. Like, I can close my eyes and I can see Newton Falls. Like, I know where the skating rink's at. I know where my grandma lived. Town center, the church. I'm just like, wow, that takes me back.
you talking about? You said Newton Falls, Ohio, right?
Newton Falls, Ohio. Yeah, yeah. So feel free to look it up, and
So I used to go to. I went through Ohio a few times. They have some loves there that I had to stop at, and I got pretty used to going there. Prior to that, when I worked for my uncle, delivering
yeah,
to the. I think it was like, was it called Dublin, Ohio? It was Southern Ohio.
yeah. Dublin's there. Yep.
Yeah, and I used to, and there was there was an auto factory plant. I'm not sure if
Oh,
it's
there's a
still
lot
there.
of that type of stuff up in Ohio. Yeah,
I'm not sure if
a lot.
that particular one's still there, but we had an account with
Yeah,
my uncle
there's
there.
there's there was a lot of industry up in Ohio when we came down south. But that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much all there was. You know what I mean? If you didn't
Yeah.
work factory job, you didn't have a job. So
Yeah, it was kind of like
yeah.
unionized.
Yes, very much. Okay. Anything else you want to know?
Oh, well, I mean, you've been pretty extensive so far. I've learned a lot about, I would like to know a little bit more about what the job consists of because it definitely seems interesting. I do have a
The
passion
Newton
for
Falls
driving.
one? Is that what you're
Well,
saying? The Newton Falls one?
they're both the same. They're both the same type of
Yeah.
job. I'm just saying, as far as the description of the job, I'd like to know a little bit more in depth and get more experience with it, of course. It seems like it'd be pretty exciting and fun because I do
I
have
would
a
say
certain passion for
this
driving and everything. So,
the Newton
um,
Falls job.
mm,
I'll just go ahead and read exactly what he's given me. It
mm,
says Newton Falls, Ohio,
mm,
CDLA Trust Delivery. Top pay and benefits. This is slightly oversized loads, usually no escort required. Home every night. You will be delivering slightly wide loads, which are rolled off the flatbed, rolled off the trailer at the job site, or offloaded by a forklift. I think he's repetitive there, but whatever. The trucks may have manual or automatic transmissions. You will strap the load down. No touch loads. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you do. If you do not have the roll-off experience, the company will train you. Can you back up as well as you drive forward? Generally, there will be 2 loaded trips per day. The job pays 23 or so per hour to start with raises. Overall annual compensation is about 75 to 80,000 with overtime. Solid opportunity. Please call. That's exactly what I've been given to tell you.
okay,
So
all
there
right.
you have it. And I'll go ahead and
Well, I don't know about the no touch part when he says no touch because if it might be a case where I may have to Um, once I, excuse me, once I unstrap and everything to offload, then I might have to actually use the forklift. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
That's one of
yeah,
those things that I just kind of go, hopefully y'all know better what they're talking about than me.
yeah, to some extent, yeah,
So,
I
yeah,
can
okay.
pretty catch the
Well,
drift.
I'll go ahead and put your application in for both of these two positions and let him do the sorting out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I would like to reach out to him.
Okay.
Look forward to
Sounds good.
speaking.
It was nice talking to you.
Same here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of
All
your
right.
day. I look forward to speaking with
Yep.
them soon.
Okay. And hopefully they respond soon because like I tell everybody at this point in the game, some of these people get right back to you and others it's like, seriously?
Well,
Are you
hopefully,
going to give me any feedback on these people? So I don't know, but I will
well,
tell you this. I will let you know what I hear as soon as I hear it, within reason. If I'm
okay.
anywhere near my computer, I'll pass the information to you.
Well, I
But
guess,
you can feel free to contact me as well. I don't mind. If I can't, I just won't answer or whatever. So there you
well,
have it.
all right. Well, hopefully, they will reach out to you, or you can just let me know when you have responded to them, so I'll get a general
Okay.
idea of when to expect something back. Because if I don't hear it back from them, then I'll just let me know that I know they're uninterested. Then.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye bye. Fucking wasting my time, man. Like, goddamn. What are you? Then she wants to go talking about black this and black that. Oh, you want me to call myself black? Oh, really? You want me to call myself black?
Too small. Too small. It's too small. I cannot do anything with this one here. This one here, I cannot do anything with it. What has been going on with you telling me this about the people who which have come before you? The people who that have come before you, who are they that tell you? I just walk on this scratch. Every time I use him, it's ridiculous. The one I like to do is fat tire. Fat tire. When you take and you place with water, like switch, add water. Add water. 1 hour's time. Now, before me, I have not to soak all day. All day for the next day. Full water. Make sure it's covered more. Need more water. Completely submerge. Complete submerge. Need water. Now you take the seeds which have not dried for almost 2 years. You have now just I have fermented me. So now this is going to present. It's going to make good food. You will be good situation to yourself. Take the red and rice. If you combine it, these two combine, right? Oh, I have perfect one for you. Right here. Right here. No problem. Let's see, I have C-pack right here. shit. Don't ask me why I be the nigga that I do it. I ain't posting pictures. That's cause I'm still in the trenches. Don't ask me why a nigga didn't blow up. Why I didn't show up. Fuck all that bullshit, I'm a poet. Going through some shit. Going through it. I've been going through some shit. Lately I've been going through some shit. Going through it. I'm going through some shit. I think I need to get away, my bitch, she needed time. And I just missed another play, that mean I lost some ends. I know people upset, I'm sorry if I lost some fans. But y'all planned that shit with Ben, so go and take that up with them. Been thinking to myself, damn, I really need some help. Gotta keep it low, I can't end up on the show. Streets hot as young and make them bad bitches know. Style knock them out, sweat top with my bro. I've been going through it, I've been going stupid. The pack ain't too good, fuck it, I'm still going move it. Say they don't like my music, but they still don't prove it. Got it done and don't use it.
When the cops come here, you better hide it. Bitch, don't come here unless you invite it. Yes, that nigga again, that little nigga again, back on business again.
This is Chance.
Hi, this is Marley calling from Tilton.
Okay, from where?
From Tilton about the CDL position in Green Bay.
Oh, okay. Hi, how are you? Greetings to you.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fairly well, thank you for asking. Yes, I believe
good.
I...
Yes, Oh, go ahead.
No, I just was saying, I believe I came across an advertisement on Indeed.
Yeah, so I actually reached out to you on Indeed. So we are looking for CDL laborers. We're doing telecom construction in the Green Bay area. And we look for people with a CDL Class A that can transport equipment from our office to the field and then work as a laborer alongside the drills while the fiber is being installed.
Oh, okay. So, what type of experience, well, what type of field work is being done now?
Yeah, so the drills are putting fiber underground on the in the right of way. So basically, we're working in neighborhoods to get fiber to the homes.
I see.
And so you'd be doing things like
Ground installation.
Operating heavy machinery, ground restoration, flagging traffic, moving equipment around.
Oh, okay.
And the CDL is required because you'd be towing the equipment from our warehouse to the job site each day.
Awesome. That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's year-round work. It's a long-term contract, and we've got great benefits. I don't know if you saw in my email, but the pay rate for those positions typically, 25 or so an hour.
Okay, yes, I did see that as well. It does seem like a good fit for us, related to my experience goes. That's pretty much right up my alley as far as pay goes, with the potential to increase, I'm sure.
Awesome. And are you working currently?
No, at the moment I'm currently unemployed.
Okay, so pretty actively looking for your next role?
Correct, that's correct, yes. I pretty much want to get established with a place where I can start to settle in and focus on retirement,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the area.
Green Bay?
Yes, I am. I am now. I've been here for the past almost 5 years now, and I'm sure it could be better, but I'm not gonna say I have everything bad to say. However, I hope it can turn out better. It seems like I'm just having these kind of a bad spell of experience here, but moving forward, putting it all behind me, just trying to broaden horizons with the new opportunity.
Great. Your last job was as a truck driver for Jones Logistics?
Correct.
Okay. And what did you? I'm not familiar with that company. What did you do for them?
Yeah, they're based out of Mississippi, and I was basically a short haul, long haul driver, delivering scrap loads back and forth between, I said, a distribution plant where they actually break down, or a processing plant warehouse where they, recycling plant where they break down those scrap loads and transfer them back to a distributing plant. So just a short haul driver
Oh, cool.
distributing scrap loads or transporting scrap loads back and forth to warehouse plant, paper mill.
Awesome. Okay, great. And what were you driving for them?
A Class A conventional style, was a day cab, 53 footer.
Okay, so yeah, our equipment's heavy, but the rigs aren't that big, so it's like
Class
1.5 ton, 2 ton, and 3 ton trucks with tow behind trailers. You do have to have your tanker endorsement for this position. Do you have that?
I do have an endorsement of them.
Okay, great. And you said the pay rate is of $25 an hour is in line with what you'd be looking for.
Sure, yeah, 25 and up. I'm actually in the $30 category, but yeah, 25 and up.
Okay. Have you ever had a position working outdoors like that, like a laborer type role?
Yes, I have. Is this a roll-off type of he says a roll-off. The type of trailer is a roll-off bed.
Roll-off. Oh, yes. I wasn't familiar with that term, but yes. So it's like you can drive the equipment off of the trailer. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and I might have to offload it with the attached forklift that's on the back, which they call a piggyback.
So
I've seen it before. I just never really done too much of it.
Firsthand. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, excuse me. I was just saying I've done it. I've done a little bit of that before. Just I haven't done it for a long, extensive period of time.
Okay, got it. And the crews are getting some overtime. So are you comfortable with getting 50 to 60 hours a week, getting some overtime in?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah,
obviously you get time and a half for anything over 40.
Correct. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely don't hurt to make a little bit extra money, especially in the time I'm capable of doing it while I have the time, so I may as well do it while I'm still capable.
Right. What about personality-wise? What do you think someone might say about you as a coworker?
Well, the coworkers that I've had previously would say that I'm a very safety-oriented person. I take pride in organizing and patterning my steps in a very structured way. That's gonna make me the most efficient over the long haul.
Excellent. What about other interviews and offers? Any offers pending or anything like that?
Actually, yeah, I do have a few things that are brewing. There has been a few other opportunities come about since my unemployment here recently, so I have been actively seeking employment, stability in employment for, a number of reasons, financial and material resource gain, but yeah, just stability overall, and like I mentioned earlier, just focusing on setting up for the future with retirement and all.
Great. Yeah, so we contribute 3% to the 401k once you've been here 3 months.
Okay.
So Tilson definitely supports that for sure. When would you be looking to start?
As soon as possible here. I'm pretty flexible for time. I like to get everything done as early as possible. I don't know if it's because I've gotten older in age, but I'll say anytime earlier in the day up until the afternoon, early evening, I'd be available. So anytime, just with notice, I'd be available.
Okay.
To set up immediately, actually.
And
So I
if
want
we
to start.
make you an offer, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just trying to add, I really want to start before the middle of this month because, I don't want to put myself my back against the wall trying to pay bills and stuff.
Got it. Okay. It does take us a couple weeks to onboard, just with the whole process that we have here in place. But if we make you an offer like today, for an example, we could probably get you started on the 26th.
The 26th of this month?
Interview. Yes.
So from today, you saying if you would make an offer, it would be the 26th, where my start date.
Correct. Right.
Oh, wow. So then that still means that I would still have to work 2 weeks before I got paid too then.
So our paychecks are weekly on Fridays, but it's 1 week in arrears. So if you started on a Monday, it would be the second Friday after that you'd get your first direct deposit.
Right, yeah, so 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a DOT physical that you've completed within the last couple of years?
I do. It's up to date. I just recently
Okay.
completed one in April. It's for 2 years.
Oh, great. Okay. That helps us in the process. It's one less thing we have to do, so that's good.
Yeah, it's for 2
and are you
years.
comfortable with the drug screening if we make you an offer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, very
great.
much. No problem. I don't have anything in clearinghouse or anything.
Okay. This might seem like
I
a
should say
odd
no
question,
violations.
but do you know anybody who currently works here or is interviewing with Tilson?
This is actually my first time coming across you guys. Like I said, it was my first encounter that I come across on Indeed. So I do not know anyone family related or
Okay, cool.
that I'm aware of. It needs to be anyway.
Right. Well, if it sounds like a position you're interested in, what I can do is have Dylan and Jeremy give you a call today at 3 o'clock Central Time, so in 45 minutes.
Okay, so that's about 2:45 my time then.
Yeah, so they are the local managers, so that they're who you would report to on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
And they make the decision on whether or not to extend an offer. Do you want me to set that up?
Sure, sounds great. I'll be available for that time frame.
Okay, great. The other thing is, if we're going to extend an offer to you, we'll need you to have completed a online application. So I will get you a link to our website where you can apply, and that's where you would sign your offer document and all of that stuff.
Awesome. Okay, sounds great. I'll be on the lookout for that.
Great. Okay. Great. All right, Chance. Well, I will send you a link to apply, let you know when that's done, and Dylan and Jeremy will call you in about 45 let me just look at my...
And you say your name was again?
It would be 3:30 Central. It would be 3:30 Central, so an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15. Okay, that's neither here nor there. That's not a problem. I can still accommodate that. I'll still be available. So the number and your name was again?
Marley.
Marley. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, Marley. So 207. I have 835-4743. That's for your contact.
Yep, that's a direct line for me. You can call or text that number.
Right.
And Jeremy and Dylan will be calling you in an hour and 15 minutes.
You said Jeremy or who?
Sorry, Jeremy or Dylan.
Dylan? Okay. Awesome. Great. Look forward to hearing from one of
Great.
those guys soon. I'll look out for that link and I'll start a submission process for them, whatever. In the meantime, while
Perfect.
waiting for them.
All right. That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
No problem.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yo, what? What happened? He backed out. You son of a bitch. I can't believe he backs out at the last minute. Why did I lose?
Hello, it's great to be with you, and no problems at all on the weather front as we get ready for this match. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting next to me here on the commentary gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham United midfield man, Stuart Robson. And we have action from FUT rivals coming up for you. It's the Royals versus the Hurricanes.
Well, they've been excellent recently. They've played some great football, and
the penalty is given. The referee right on the spot. And now a chance for them to take the lead here. Well, no card, and the keeper denies them from the spot.
You gotta press triangle.
Who can he pick out? Well, it had a chance, but the crossbar getting in the way.
Well, he's certainly a threat in the air, but he just couldn't keep it down.
Douglas Luiz. Well-timed tackle. Useful looking ball.
How the fuck does he hit that pass?
Terrific block there. Oh, surely. And the keeper more than equal to it.
Well, the crowd can sense the goal's coming. Could this be the moment?
And danger still. Oh, chance taken. There is opportunism for you. But a disappointed goalkeeper.
Come on. Don't fucking play with me.
Oh, he's through here. And the keeper has denied it.
Well, I've got to say, Derek, he was always in control of that situation. Brilliant stuff.
And now the delivery. And the keeper did magnificently.
Well, that's just a wonderful save. How did he stop that?
Well, it looked so promising, but a goal kicked the outcome. Douglas Luiz. Mohamed Kudus. Nicely timed tackle. And the Royals have possession again. On attacking possibilities. Well, just narrowly over the
Come on,
crossbar.
relax,
Good
man.
effort.
Just relax.
Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Sanchez. He must finish. And choosing finesse, he might be wishing he hadn't.
It's
On.
good vision, but not the skill to match, I'm afraid.
Steven Bergwijn. Quick ball into the area. Not really the ideal clearance. Douglas Luiz. This could be the equaliser. And it is the equaliser. Well, now, that could be a huge turning point in this game. They carry the momentum. So underway again, following the goal that made things level. Determined defending. Decided to take on the shot from a difficult angle.
Well, from that position, it's a very good effort. Just inches away from being a brilliant goal.
Unable to keep the ball. Alexis Sanchez. The supporters want to see him have a go. Can he put them in front? Yes, is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards. So the ball is rolling again. Who won the score? What's going to happen next? Sissoko. Royce. Is it going to be Alexis Sanchez? And the last touch off the defender, so a corner coming up. And the corner too close to the goalkeeper that time. Camavinga. Guerrero. Able to skip past his man. And brave goalkeeping to deal with the danger.
Well, he had to get that right, didn't he? That's good goalkeeping.
Douglas Luiz. Poor pass under no real pressure.
Come on. Don't fucking play with me.
And that pass could be troublesome. Pressing high to win the ball. Di Maria. Well, just the tackle that was needed. Alessandro Bastoni. Dani Olmo. And with that, the attack fizzles out. And play halted, free kick given. Big chance to get them on terms. Well, if only he'd been able to stay onside.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Stay onside, and that could have been a really big chance.
Untidy on the ball. Fantastic work to thwart the danger.
Come on. What the fuck, bro?
Can they keep it going? Might still be able to do a bit of damage. Excellent block. And the Royals
Come on.
Piece routine already with the advantage. And they will make the change now. Outrageously good piece of defending on the line. Well, they had a decent reading of that ball in. Meunier. Oh, nice work to get past his opponent. Has eyes for goal. Oh, he could have added to their advantage.
Well, it was a decent effort, but they're still looking for the buffer here.
So 2 minutes of stoppage time here. Willock. Here's Carvajal. Danny Olmo. Joe Willock. And with that, the first half draws to a close. Into the second half then. Can the Hurricanes bounce back after what happened to them in the first 45? Can they power up? And in the end, no damage done. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. And the Hurricanes unable to hang on to it. Well, beating his opponent. And it's played into the centre. Well, that header was never going to be problematic for the goalkeeper. An alert intervention. Joe Willock. Very quick thinking there. Bodies forward and the break looks on. And it looked like open road for them, but up a dead end. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. Oh, that's a fine ball. Well, it's all going so swimmingly for them here. Another goal. And now it's a matter of avoiding any silly mistakes. So on with the action. 3-1 with the scoreline at the moment. Alexis Sanchez. Really important tackle. Kudus. Let's see if the pass will pay dividends. Oh, a really crisp effort, but just wide. So deciding to make a personnel change at this juncture.
Well, Derek, this has been a really good performance, as you can see. They've created numerous chances.
Oh, wait a minute, Stuart. Look what's happening. There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today. Not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1. Alexis Sanchez. Nicely timed tackle. Marco Reus with a through ball. And keeping it out. Well, they are committed to making the substitution here. Playing it in. It might still be problematic. And saved by the keeper. Giovanni Reina. Losing possession here.
Bro, why?
Alexis Sanchez on the move. Di Maria. Now with Sanchez. Can he finish? Good pressure high up the pitch. Determined defending. And he's only gone and made a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance. A glut of goals. 5-1 it is. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Di Maria. He's in with a chance. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of their performance. Di Maria. It should be. And putting his body on the line. And a goal! He's put it away. A celebratory moment. Well, very effective play in possession. It is to be a throw-in. Well, this game is almost in the history books, and it's not going to be one the visitors will want to remember for long, Stuart.
Well, this is certainly a performance to forget because they've been totally outplayed today. How many times have they been opened up during this game? They have to defend better than this.
Oh, Stuart, an opportunity. Couldn't quite hang on. Well, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that. Possession lost by the Hurricanes. And the referee blows the whistle. It is a free kick. Joey Fairman. Joe Willock. Oh, great attacking play. A good and fair challenge. Counter-attacking, very much an option. Stephen Bergwijn. He continues his run. Can they convert? And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best. And he read it well. Might be able to set up the chance. And a good take under duress there. Alexis Sanchez. And a timely intervention. Morientes. Can he take advantage? Great reflex action.
Well, that should have been a goal. Mind you, it's a brilliant save.
Playing it in. And that is going to be that. Well, a tale of woe in terms of the scoreline as far as the visitors are concerned here.
Well, Derek, that just wasn't good enough today. A lack of a game plan, too many players below par, and not enough energy all around the pitch. A really worrying performance for me.
And it is the equaliser. Well, now, that could be a huge turning. Alexis Sanchez. The supporters want to see him have a go. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. Oh, that's a fine ball. Well, it's all going so swimmingly for them here. Another goal. And now it's a matter of avoiding it. Oh, wait a minute, Stuart. Look what's happening. There it is. The goals keep coming. No stopping them today. Good pressure high up the pitch. Determined defending. Di Maria.
God damn, baby, you was so fine. Holy fucking shit. Boy, I know that pussy could die for a boy. Oh shit, here she go. Really, can you please stop doing this? Can you please just be to yourself? I don't want to see you like that. I'd rather see somebody doing right than you just wasting yourself away like this. You know what I'm saying? You're too beautiful for all that. I ain't lying though. If you was my girl, I wouldn't mind. Timo or Riri? I'm torn, bro, because I like both of them, but I gotta say I'm more attracted to Timo, even though I like both of them. Like I kind of like them. I like them both, but yeah, Timo is more my style.
Came to the night, she'll get excited. When the cops come here, you better hide it. Bitch, don't come here unless you invite.
This is Chance.
Came to the night, she'll get.
This is Chance.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me? Are you still there?
Is lack of pussy bumming you out? We got you covered. Try the best dating app in the USA and find a... Just relax. Let this happen.
This house, it's insane. You think you can just bring me in here and have your way with me?
Every man that comes to this island wants to find himself.
I was a nightmare in the past. I'm working on it. This whole trip really about finding myself.
You can stay here with us. It's perfect.
Where is my stuff?
I thought the reason for all your trouble, it was to become a better man.